These are the new Trig-Hammer XTs, a stepped up version of our hugely popular original Trig-Hammer hook, which we launched back in 2019. Now since then, the Trig-Hammers have become pretty much a staple for a lot of anglers using Ronnie or spinner type rigs, and they've accounted for thousands of carp. But more recently, we've been getting asked for a stepped up version, a slightly heavier wire gauge. And what we've done is brought out a range of hooks. The pattern is exactly the same shape as the original Trig-Hammers, but we've gone up 0.1mm in the wire gauge on each size. Now 0.1mm might sound minuscule, but when it comes to hooks, it's significant, even on big carp hooks. And combined with the heavy forging, when you compare an original Trig-Hammer with the XT size of size, even with the naked eye, you can see the difference in the thickness of the wire. So the XTs are extremely strong, slightly less flexible than the originals, but because you'd think maybe going up in the wire gauge you might be slightly impeding point sharpness, but if anything, with these, the opposite is the case, because where we've maintained the same point length to wire diameter ratio as we did on the original Trig-Hammers, it's made the points even longer, so they're even longer, finer and marginally sharper. The new XTs are available in sizes 2, 4, 5 and 6 in microbarbed and barbless. Now we didn't do a size 2 in the original Trig-Hammers, but we've been getting asked for a larger hook in this range, especially for fishing on the continent, fishing with braid at range and in thick weed and so on. Anglers just want a bigger, stronger hook, and the size 2s really are that. You might think with the size 2s that you're going to need like a colossal pop-up to hold them up, but if you use a quality air ball, 14 or 15 mil, or a cork ball, and they'll do the job perfectly. They hold them up for a long period of time. You just generally need less tungsten to balance them. As you'd expect, these hooks feature our muted PTFE coating, which definitely helps with penetration and point durability. The original Trig-Hammers were designed as a dedicated Ronnie or spinner rig hook, and of course the XTs have excelled during testing on those sorts of presentations. But just like the originals, you can also use them on wafter rigs, bottom bait rigs with slip Ds and so on, D rigs, and they perform brilliantly. We started testing the Trig-Hammer XTs last summer, and since then they've accounted for some really big carp. People asked for a stronger version, and these have definitely delivered.